Every January, I embark on a quest not for treasure or glory, but for the holy grail of gaming knowledge, the ultimate list of upcoming video game releases. And after scouring the internet far and wide, I can confidently say that there's no single source that has every game listed, and there never has been. So I've pieced together the best list that I can for you. If you're anything like me, this isn't just a task, it's more of an event. I've been doing this since the mid to late 90s, back when AOL was the gateway to the internet and IGN 64 had just started publishing release calendars. Those were the days when loading a single page took so long that you could probably finish the first level of Mario 64 while you waited. This list covers games for Nintendo, PlayStation, Xbox, and PC because I do play games on all the platforms, and I want to make sure there's something for everyone to get excited about. I'll be going through them in order of release date, starting with the games coming out soonest and wrapping up with those elusive TBA 2025 titles. Now, these are the games that I'm most excited about for in 2025, but if your favorite isn't on the list, let me know in the comments section. Just as I'm sharing what I think should be on your radar, I'd love to hear what I should add to mine. Together, we'll make sure not a single great game slips through the cracks this year. So without further ado, let's dive in and see the first game on the list.
Ys Memoir, The Oath in Felghana. Relive the classic action RPG in this enhanced remaster. Explore the vibrant world of Felghana, a land steeped in ancient history and brimming with danger. Engage in fast-paced swordplay against hordes of enemies, utilizing Adol Kristen's signature agility and powerful attacks. Uncover the mysteries of the ancient civilizations that once thrived in this land, and confront the threats that now endanger its peace. This remaster features updated visuals, improved gameplay mechanics, and all the excitement of the original, making it a must-play for both longtime fans and newcomers to the Ys series. Blade Chimera takes place in a dark cyberpunk Osaka, where you play as Shin, a memory-lost demon hunter, teams up with Lux, a time-manipulating demon sword, to uncover his past. Battle demons, explore a corrupted world, and unlock new abilities through a detailed skill tree. With weapons like firearms, greatswords, and whips, create your own combat style. From Team Ladybug, known for Tuho Luna Nights and Record of Lodos War, Deedlit in Wonder Labyrinth, Blade Chimera offers a vast map with side quests in an occult-inspired Metroidvania adventure, Donkey Kong Country Returns HD. A lot of Nintendo fans are frustrated to see Donkey Kong Country Returns coming out for the third time, especially since Nintendo is charging full price for it at $60. However, for anyone who hasn't played it before, I highly recommend it. The game is an incredible 2D platformer with tight controls, challenging levels, and plenty of fun to be had. What's even better is that this remastered version includes 8 levels that were exclusive to the Wii's port, which were later brought to the Nintendo 3DS. So, if you've only played it on the Wii, you're still getting something new with those extra levels. With that said, Donkey Kong Country Returns HD brings the classic jungle adventure back to life with stunning high-definition visuals. You'll once again collect bananas, battle King K. Rool and his Kremlings, and navigate through challenging levels filled with obstacles and enemies. With improved controls and a smooth frame rate, this remastered version offers an exhilarating experience that will satisfy longtime fans and newcomers alike. Ender Magnolia Bloom in the Mist. Ender Magnolia Bloom in the Mist is the sequel to Ender Lily's Quietus of the Nights, and if you're a fan of 2D Metroidvania games, this one is definitely worth keeping an eye on. Set in a hauntingly beautiful yet dark fantasy world, the game takes you through the desolate land of Fumes, where you'll work to save both humans and Hao Meng Ku Lee. The game expands on the atmosphere and mechanics from the first title, with an even deeper dive into magical and mechanical development within a kingdom that has a complex hierarchical societal structure. As you journey through this eerie world, you'll explore abandoned cities, eerie laboratories, a grand sorcerer's academy, and massive factories. With its art style, immersive environments, and fast-paced action, Ender Magnolia will captivate fans of the Metroidvania genre as you uncover the gruesome mysteries of this world. Tales of Iron 2, Whiskers of Winter. Return to the world of Iron in Tales of Iron 2, Whiskers of Winter. This action RPG features a unique art style, bringing the world of rats to life with a blend of 2D and 3D animation. Embody a valiant warrior rat and fight to protect your kingdom from a new threat that emerges during the harsh winter months. Master a challenging combat system that rewards precision and timing, utilizing your unique skills and a variety of weapons to overcome formidable foes. Tales of Iron 2 promises a thrilling and engaging adventure for fans of challenging action RPGs. Assassin's Creed Shadows. Assassin's Creed Shadows is Ubisoft's latest attempt to recapture its audience with the iconic franchise, but it's hard to ignore the weight of controversy surrounding its development and Ubisoft's current financial situation. The company has been struggling with significant debt and declining revenue, with many pointing to its recent missteps in managing both its workforce and production costs. Despite this, Assassin's Creed Shadows is being touted as a flagship title, and much is riding on its success. While this game certainly has the potential to offer an exciting new chapter for the Assassin's Creed series, it's difficult to see how it could turn the tide for Ubisoft, given the company's current troubles. With the company facing mounting challenges, including a sharp drop in stock prices and a risky financial outlook, it's tough to be optimistic that this title alone will be enough to save the company from its ongoing crisis. Whether or not Assassin's Creed Shadows can make an impact remains to be seen, but with so much at stake, it's clear this game has a lot to prove. Avowed. Avowed is the latest epic from Obsidian Entertainment, the studio behind legendary titles like Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic 2, Fallout New Vegas, and The Outer Worlds. Known for their mastery of storytelling and world-building, Obsidian now invites players to the Living Lands, a wild and mysterious island in the richly crafted world of Eora, first introduced in the Pillars of Eternity series. As the envoy of Aedir, you're tasked with investigating a devastating plague, but the journey becomes deeply personal as you uncover ancient secrets that threaten the island and your very soul. The Living Lands is an untamed frontier filled with diverse ecosystems, hidden dangers, and choices that will shape your adventure. Combat in Avowed is visceral and adaptable. Mix swords, spells, bows, and shields to craft your perfect playstyle. Along the way, you'll team up with a diverse cast of companions, including mercenaries and eccentric wizards, whose stories and fates are tied to your decisions. With its combination of immersive exploration, meaningful choices, and Obsidian's RPG pedigree, Avowed is shaping up to be one of 2025's must-play fantasy adventures. Let's end February with Capcom's new Monster Hunter Wilds, Capcom's next evolution in the Monster Hunter franchise. This time, they're taking us into uncharted wilderness, with lush, dynamic ecosystems teeming with life. The trailers tease new monsters that are more fearsome than ever, and the open-world elements seem to be getting a serious upgrade. What's exciting here is the focus on exploration. Imagine climbing towering cliffs, setting up traps in dense jungles, or chasing monsters through vast deserts that change dynamically with the weather. And of course, the series' staple, co-op multiplayer, will ensure the hunt is as thrilling as ever with friends. Whether you're a veteran hunter or new to the series, Monster Hunter Wilds looks like it's going to be a massive hit. Get your hunting gear ready because this is one wild ride you won't want to miss. Metroid Prime 2 and 3. I fully expect us to see Metroid Prime 2 and 3 before we see Metroid Prime 4 Echoes. Currently, Nintendo doesn't have a first-party title set to release in the month of February. So I think there's a good chance we could see either Metroid Prime 2 and 3 release in February as either a double pack or Nintendo could release both titles individually. I'd expect Nintendo to use the same approach from Metroid Prime Remastered and Pikmin by releasing digitally first with a physical edition to come later. Either way, I know I'll be replaying these games at some point this year, and I'm looking forward to it because I haven't revisited Metroid Prime 2 and 3 since I beat them after they originally released. Crazy to think Metroid Prime 2 is now more than 20 years old, and Metroid Prime 3 is 18 years old. Where does time go? Split Fiction is the latest boundary-pushing co-op action-adventure from the creators of It Takes Two, and it's bringing a mind-bending, genre-blending journey you won't forget. Step into the shoes of Mio and Zoe, two writers, one crafting sci-fi epics and the other spinning fantasy tales, who find themselves trapped in their own stories after a machine steals their creative ideas. Together, you'll leap between dazzling sci-fi and fantastical worlds, mastering unique abilities to solve puzzles, battle enemies, and escape with your memories intact. One moment you're taming dragons, the next you're fighting cyber ninjas or dodging hover cars hurled by a robotic parking attendant. Packed with unexpected twists, quirky humor, and a heartfelt story of friendship, Split Fiction is a couch co-op adventure like no other. Grab a partner and prepare for a wild, unforgettable ride through imagination itself. Suikoden 1 and 2 HD Remaster takes you back to the glory days of classic JRPGs, and for me, it's particularly special. I always wanted to pick up Suikoden for PS1 as a kid, but it was nearly impossible to find a new copy, and the used ones were going for $150, $250. I could never justify the price, so I'm beyond excited to finally dive into these HD remasters. The Suikoden series, with its expansive world, 108 Stars of Destiny, and strategic turn-based combat, has always been a standout in the RPG genre. Now, with updated visuals and improved mechanics, this remaster lets fans experience the magic of these games like never before. 2025 is shaping up to be an amazing year for JRPG fans, and Suikoden 1 and 2 is definitely one of the highlights. Whether you're revisiting these timeless classics or experiencing them for the first time, it's a must-play for any RPG enthusiast. Beyond the Ice Palace 2. After decades, Beyond the Ice Palace is back with a sequel that promises to be as magical and challenging as the original. Beyond the Ice Palace 2 takes the side-scrolling action of its predecessor and expands it with modern gameplay mechanics, beautifully hand-drawn art, set in a mythical land filled with treacherous enemies and breathtaking landscapes. The sequel challenges players to restore balance to a frozen kingdom under siege. Whether you're solving intricate puzzles or battling massive bosses, this game is a nostalgic treat for fans of classic platformers and a thrilling adventure for newcomers alike. Xenoblade Chronicles X Definitive Edition is a game that's been on my radar for a while, and I'm really happy to see it finally releasing on the Switch, making it no longer a Wii U exclusive. When this game originally came out, I was working in management and putting in crazy hours, so I never really had the time to sit down and fully enjoy it. But now, with this definitive version, I'm excited to dive into Mira's vast, breathtaking world and experience everything the game has to offer. This open-world RPG is set in a unique sci-fi setting where humanity has fled a dying Earth and is trying to establish a new colony on the distant planet Mira. The inclusion of powerful mechs, intense battles, and deep companion relationships make this an adventure I'm eager to take on. With updated visuals and improved performance, Xenoblade Chronicles X is shaping up to be a must-play for fans of open-world RPGs, and I'm thrilled I'll finally get the chance to really enjoy it. Atomfall. Atomfall is an upcoming sci-fi action-adventure game that's quickly capturing the imagination of gamers everywhere. Set in a dystopian future, players will navigate a massive, interconnected world filled with mysteries, deadly enemies, and awe-inspiring technology. With its sleek visual style, deep combat mechanics, and a focus on environmental storytelling, Atomfall combines the exploration of Metroidvanias with the grit of cyberpunk. The game promises challenging gameplay and a hauntingly beautiful atmosphere that will keep players hooked from the first minute to the last. If you're a fan of moody, story-driven sci-fi adventures, this one should be high on your radar. Gal Guardians. Servants of the Dark. Gal Guardians Servants of the Dark blends fast-paced action with gothic horror in an exhilarating side-scrolling adventure. Taking cues from classic Castlevania games, it introduces two protagonists with unique abilities, allowing you to switch characters on the fly to tackle diverse challenges. The game's detailed pixel art, spooky soundtrack, and fluid combat make every moment engaging. From slaying monsters to uncovering secrets in a massive, interconnected map, Gal Guardians is a modern love letter to retro gaming. If you're a fan of intense platformers with a dark twist, you won't want to miss this. One of the coolest features in its Metroidvania sequel is the ability to tackle the game in online co-op. Hitman World of Assassination arriving on PlayStation VR 2 has me incredibly excited, This might just turn out to be one of the PSVR 2's best titles. The thought of stepping into Agent 47's shoes in virtual reality just feels like the perfect fit for the franchise. The VR version is set to include all the immersive features we've come to expect, like dual wielding, full ambidexterity, and room-scale gameplay, all while providing the opportunity to execute your perfect plan in stunning 4K HDR. For anyone who already owns Hitman World of Assassination on PS5, an upgrade pack will unlock the PSVR 2 content for just $9,999. With enhancements like sniper aiming, manual disguise interactions, and more, this is shaping up to be an even deeper, more immersive experience. I really think Hitman is perfectly suited for VR play, and I can't wait to see how it all comes together. The first Berserker, Kazan. The first Berserker, Kazan, is a hardcore action RPG set 800 years before Dungeon Fighter Online. Players take on the role of Kazan, a fallen general on a quest for vengeance, uncovering the conspiracies behind his downfall. Featuring intense boss battles, skill-based combat, and stunning 3D cel-shaded graphics powered by Unreal Engine, the game offers deep customization and a vibrant, immersive world. With a gripping story and challenging gameplay, this prequel is one to watch in 2025. Analog 3D Console. The Analog 3D is essentially a 4K Nintendo 64, and as a longtime fan of Analog, I couldn't be more excited. I've supported Analog since their first release, the Analog NT, in 2015. Since then, I've added the Super NT and the Analog Pocket to my collection. The N64 is one of my all-time favorite consoles, so the prospect of playing it with enhanced visuals is thrilling. I pre-ordered the Analog 3D the moment pre-orders opened, ensuring I'll be part of the first shipment. Expect a detailed review and plenty of high-quality gameplay footage on my channel to help you decide if it's worth the investment. While much about the console remains a mystery, no screenshots of gameplay yet, I've pre-ordered with confidence based on Analog's solid track record. Some might say it's risky to order without seeing it in action, but Analog has consistently earned my trust. For anyone who's tried connecting an N64 to a modern flat-screen TV, you'll know it's a challenge. Unless your TV has RCA inputs, you'll need an RCA to HDMI converter, but these often introduce input lag. I went the extra mile by RGB modding my N64 using HD Retrovision RGB cables and running it through a RetroTink 5X. Even then, the picture quality improvement is limited. I'm hopeful the Analog 3D will amaze us. Revisiting the N64 in stunning 4K is something I can't wait to experience and share. Guns of Fury. Guns of Fury looks really awesome and brings something unique if fitting. It's like Metal Slug or Contra mashed with Metroidvania gameplay. A cool idea. The combination of fast-paced run-and-gun action with the exploration and progression of a Metroidvania makes it feel new, even though it's rooted in that retro-inspired action platformer style we love. In this game, you play as Vincent Fury, a special operative infiltrating Easton Industries, rescuing a missing scientist, and stopping an evil corporation from exploiting a new energy source. Discover over 100 items, face 10+ powerful bosses, unlock mechs with unique abilities, and explore a sprawling world full of secrets. With destructible environments and alternate endings, this game promises to be a thrilling, nostalgic ride, complete with an incredible soundtrack by Dominic Ninmark. Judas. Not much is known about Judas yet, but this is definitely one to keep an eye on. If you enjoyed games like BioShock and System Shock as much as I did, then you'll definitely want to put this one on your list. Developed by Ghost Story Games, led by Ken Levine, the creative mind behind System Shock 2, BioShock, and BioShock Infinite, Judas puts you in the shoes of a mysterious and troubled character stranded on a disintegrating starship. Your only hope for survival is to navigate complex alliances with your worst enemies. Will you fix what you broke, or will you let it all burn? With its narrative-driven FPS mechanics, this game could have a lot of potential for fans of immersive, story-heavy experiences. Mira and the Legend of the Djinns. Mira and the Legend of the Djinns is a stunning 2D Metroidvania set in a world inspired by Moroccan culture and spiritual traditions. Wield powerful ancient weapons as you journey through treacherous deserts, floating islands, crumbling necropolises, and dangerous mountains to uncover the secret of the last Djinn. Master the 4 elemental weapons, solar, celestial, infernal, and lunar, each tied to the mystical powers of djinns. Seamlessly switch between them in the heat of combat, unleashing devastating combos and upgrading your arsenal as you progress. Explore a vast skill tree to unlock new abilities, moves, and powerful spells that enhance both combat and exploration. Use your 7 unique tools to solve puzzles, overcome obstacles, and defeat enemies. With a world full of dangers and secrets, Mira and the Legend of the Djinns offers a rich, challenging adventure for Metroidvania fans. Ruffy in the Riverside. I expect Ruffy in the Riverside to make its way to the Switch 2 around its launch, and based on what we've seen so far, it could be a great fit for the system. The gameplay mechanics look really unique, especially with the magic swap feature that lets you copy and paste textures to literally change the environment, turning ice into lava or waterfalls into vines. The art and animation style are absolutely charming, and I love how creative and colorful the world looks. First revealed at Indie Mania 2024, this quirky open-world action game lets you explore, fight, skate on straw bales, and unleash your imagination. This is one I'm definitely excited to try. Switch 2 launch. Can you believe it? This year, Super Mario Bros., the NES and I all turned 40. It's incredible to see everything I love hitting these major milestones simultaneously. What better way to celebrate than with the next evolution of Nintendo's beloved console? If you've been following our Nintenbyte podcast, you'll know the Nintendo Switch 2 is rumored to launch between March and May. The original Switch revolutionized gaming, and I'm thrilled to see how Nintendo will take it to the next level. Just imagine, improved graphics, better performance, and possibly new ways to play. The Switch 2 could be the perfect highlight for this year's celebrations. Growing up with Nintendo, from the NES to the Switch, makes the thought of experiencing this next chapter even more exciting. I'll be covering every bit of Switch 2 news as it drops, so be sure to subscribe for updates. As for the games, I expect some to make it onto my most anticipated games of 2025 list. While we don't know the full lineup yet, I'm hopeful we'll see Metroid Prime 4, a new 3D Mario, and a new Mario Kart at launch or shortly after. Lunar Remastered Collection. The Lunar Remastered Collection brings the beloved JRPGs Lunar, Silver Star Story Complete, and Lunar 2, Eternal Blue Complete, to a new generation of gamers. In Silver Star Story, join Alex and his friends as they confront the Magic Emperor and then leap 1,000 years into the future with Eternal Blue, where Hero and his crew must thwart the God of Destruction. This remastered edition enhances graphics, audio, and quality of life features, along with updated language support in English, Japanese, French, and German. Relive these iconic adventures with fresh improvements while basking in nostalgia-filled action. I've always wanted to dive into this series, but finding a new copy as a kid was nearly impossible, and used ones were priced between $150 to $250. So I'm thrilled that these classics are finally accessible in modern HD 2D, complete with all the quality of life upgrades we've been waiting for. If you're a big JRPG fan like me, 2025 is shaping up to be an incredible year. Sea of Stars Rose of the Watchmaker DLC takes Valir and Zale into the magical world of Horloge, a miniature clockwork land threatened by a cursed carnival. The duo must adapt to new rules to master their sun and moon powers. The DLC revamps Zale's fighting style, replacing his sword with juggling skills, while Valir becomes an acrobat. A new playable character, Artificer, joins the team as a laser-wielding sharpshot. Expect fresh areas, puzzles, enemies, and a stirring new score composed by Eric W. Brown, with guest composer Yasunori Mitsuda from Chrono Trigger fame returning. The Midnight Walk. The Midnight Walk is a dark fantasy adventure from the creators of Lost in Random and Fee. Join the Burnt One and his lantern companion, Potboy, as they navigate a world of wonder and terror. Using Potboy's flame, outsmart monsters, solve puzzles, and journey through 5 captivating tales of fire and darkness. Marvel at the game's stunning handcrafted world, where every detail, from the monsters' snarls to the towering trees, was sculpted in clay and brought to life with stop-motion animation. Whether you play on flat screen or dive into the eerie atmosphere in VR, The Midnight Walk offers a truly unforgettable journey through light and dark. Toxic Crusaders is back with an all-new action-packed beat-em-up for 1 to 4 players. Grab your mop, tutu, and attitude as you clean up the mean streets of Tromaville, taking on radioactive goons, mutated thugs, and zombie chickens across 7 gross levels. Choose from 7 unique characters, including Toxie, No Zone, Junkyard, Major Disaster, Headbanger, Yvonne, and Mrs. Junko, each with their own moves and powers. Battle in local co-op with friends, or face the chaos solo. Experience the fun of the 1990s Toxic Crusaders cartoon, complete with Easter eggs, hilarious references, and fully voice-acted motion comic cutscenes by Team 4-Star and Troma veterans. Clean up the streets in full-color pixel art. Mafia, the Old Country. As an Italian and a huge fan of The Godfather and The Sopranos, I'm naturally thrilled for Mafia, the Old Country. This story-driven action game transports you back to the golden age of organized crime, offering a gripping narrative, immersive world-building, and a focus on intense gunfights and thrilling car chases. You'll experience the rise and fall of a mobster in a world filled with danger and intrigue. I can't wait to dive into this compelling world and see how it captures the essence of classic mob tales. I didn't have Ninja Gaiden returning on my bingo card, but I couldn't be more excited to see it back. Having played Ninja Gaiden since the arcade and NES days, I'm thrilled to jump into Ninja Gaiden Ragebound. This new side-scrolling action game reimagines the classic series. When Ryu Hayabusa heads to America to honor his father's will, a demon army invades the Hayabusa village. In Ryu's absence, young ninja Kinji Mozu rises to defend his home. Ragebound blends old-school mechanics with modern precision, offering fast, brutal combat that's easy to pick up but hard to master. The game's stunning pixel art breathes new life into the Ninja Gaiden universe. Get ready for an intense, nostalgic adventure. Are you prepared to become a true ninja master once again? Double Dragon Revive. As a huge Double Dragon fan who owns nearly all of the games physically, I'm beyond excited for Double Dragon Revive. This is one of the games I grew up playing countless hours with my older brothers Richard and John and my cousin Jim. Now, Billy and Jimmy Lee are back on the streets, fists blazing in this modern reimagining of the iconic series. Nostalgia meets innovation as the game blends pixel-perfect visuals with contemporary mechanics, delivering the ultimate brawler experience. With co-op multiplayer, a revamped combat system, and a soundtrack that pays homage to the series' roots, Double Dragon Revive is set to bring back the arcade magic. Whether you're an old-school fan or a new player, it's time to gear up and hit the streets once more. GTA 6. The highly anticipated GTA 6 promises to deliver a massive open world, a compelling story, and the signature humor and chaos that the Grand Theft Auto series is known for. Explore sprawling cities, engage in thrilling heists, and experience the next evolution in open-world gaming. That said, I'm not entirely confident it'll release this year. I'd say it's 50-50 right now. Just like you, I'd obviously love it to come out this year and can't wait to see it in action. It's crazy to think that if the game does end up releasing in 2025, it will have been 12 years since the release of GTA 5. Here's hoping we don't have to wait much longer to dive into the chaos once again. Constance. Constance is a unique, hand-drawn 2D action-adventure where you wield a paintbrush to navigate a colorful yet decaying inner world shaped by Constance's mental health struggles. Use your brush to defeat enemies, solve puzzles, and unlock new techniques as you explore 6 distinct biomes in this non-linear world. With secrets, side quests, and collectibles to uncover, this Metroidvania has a lot to offer. You'll also face tough choices when death strikes. Continue for a price or explore new paths. I have a good feeling about this one. It looks like a unique Metroidvania that blends creativity with personal struggle. Crimson Desert. Crimson Desert, an open-world action-adventure in war-torn Pywell. Explore vast landscapes, from snow-capped mountains to the scorching deserts, and uncover the mysteries surrounding Cliff, leader of the Greymanes. Join Cliff and his comrades on a perilous journey to defend Pywell against powerful factions, battling foes and facing trials to uncover the truth of a looming catastrophe. The land is beautiful, brutal, and filled with thrilling adventure. Will you restore peace or succumb to chaos? Clair Obscur. Expedition 33. Lead the members of Expedition 33 on their quest to destroy the Paintress so that she can never paint death again. Explore a world of wonders inspired by Belle Epoque France and battle unique enemies in this turn-based RPG with real-time mechanics. Clair Obscur Expedition 33 is a groundbreaking turn-based RPG with unique real-time mechanics, making battles more immersive and addictive than ever. Explore a fantasy world inspired by Belle Epoque France in which you battle devastating enemies. Doom, The Dark Ages, first-person shooter. Doom, The Dark Ages is an upcoming first-person shooter game developed by ID Software and published by Bethesda Softworks. It is intended to be the 8th main entry in the Doom franchise and the 3rd installment of the modern series, following Doom Eternal 2020. Doom, The Dark Ages is a prequel to Doom 2016 that follows the rise of the series' protagonist, the Doomslayer, as he becomes the last hope of a kingdom fighting against the forces of hell in a techno-medieval setting. Dragon Quest I and II HD 2D Remake. I've always loved the Dragon Quest series and felt like it didn't get enough praise here in the West, but I'm starting to see that change. Dragon Quest III HD has been selling extremely well, and I'm excited to dive into the Dragon Quest I and II HD remakes. If these games continue to sell as well as 3, I think we'll be seeing even more HD 2D treatments in the future, which is a win for Dragon Quest fans. Dragon Quest XI's is one of my all-time favorite RPGs, by the way, and if you haven't played it yet and are in the mood for an incredible JRPG, definitely check it out. Now, with these HD 2D remakes, we can relive the magic of the very first Dragon Quest games, with updated visuals and enhanced gameplay, all while retaining the charm of the originals. Whether you're a longtime fan or new to the series, these remakes are a chance to experience gaming history in a whole new way. Elden Ring Night Reign. I put so many hours into Elden Ring and even earned the Platinum Trophy, so I was completely immersed in that world. Honestly, I wasn't expecting to see a new standalone Elden Ring game this year, but like many of us, I was completely taken by surprise when Elden Ring Night Reign was revealed at the Game Awards. This standalone adventure within the Elden Ring universe promises a fresh gaming experience. Join forces with other players to face the creeping night and the dangers within, featuring 3-player co-op, uniquely skilled champions, and relentless threats. I can't wait to dive back into this dark and mysterious world. What does it mean to be a hero? Well, in the fairy tale land of Albion, that's entirely up to you. With a dark threat looming, your choices will change Albion forever. As many of you know, the last mainline entry in the Fable series was Fable 3, which released 15 years ago. That's a long time for fans to wait, and with a new entry on the horizon, Xbox fans should be extremely excited. This new Fable promises to be a fresh beginning for the legendary franchise, bringing action RPG gameplay to new heights. It's time to step back into Albion and take control of your destiny. Step into the shoes of a vengeful samurai in Ghost of Yotei, a stunning open-world action-adventure game. Explore a beautiful and haunting world inspired by feudal Japan, master the art of the sword with a deep combat system, and confront supernatural spirits in a thrilling story of revenge. With a focus on immersive gameplay, stunning graphics, and a captivating narrative, Ghost of Yotei is poised to be one of the most unique and memorable games of 2025. Supergiant Games, the masters of action-packed roguelikes, are back with Hades 2, and it's looking even more epic than its predecessor. My first experience with the roguelike genre was Hades, and at first I wasn't sure if I was going to get hooked. But once I got the hang of it, the game was nearly impossible to put down. It's become one of my go-to recommendations for anyone who says, I don't play roguelikes. I tell them, right, neither did I until I gave Hades a try. And once they do, they're just as hooked as I was. I'm expecting Hades 2 to come out of early access this year and make its official release at some point. And with improved combat, a deeper story, and that killer soundtrack, it's shaping up to be one of the most anticipated games of 2025. Hollow Knight: Silksong is the long-awaited sequel to the critically acclaimed Hollow Knight, and fans, myself included, are eagerly anticipating its release. Explore a vast, interconnected world, battle challenging enemies, and uncover mysteries of Hallownest in this highly anticipated sequel. The game was first announced back on February 14th, 2019, and while I'm definitely not holding my breath for its release just yet, I do feel that Team Cherry could make a huge splash with Silksong launching in or around the release date of the Switch 2. Given the timing, there would certainly be more incentive for them to do so, and I'm sure many would love to see it debut on the new console. Fingers crossed. Holston is a psychological survival horror set in a cursed 90s Polish town, where an eerie presence consumes everything. You're searching for your missing friend, Bartek, in a town plagued by insanity, monstrous horrors, and twisted locals. Explore the decaying streets, scavenge for weapons, and face terrifying creatures as you unravel the truth. With fully voiced characters in Polish and English, Holston blends classic pixel art with modern technology for an unsettling and immersive experience. Can you survive the madness and escape before it claims you too? Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater brings us back to the Cold War era with stunning reimagining of this classic espionage adventure. With cutting-edge visuals, immersive soundscapes, and refined stealth action gameplay, this remake truly brings the jungle survival mechanics to life. It's great to see Konami giving Metal Gear fans something to enjoy again. I'm really excited to dive back into Snake's origin story. I hope that this is just the beginning for Metal Gear. I'd love to see Konami eventually bring us a brand new entry in the series. This remake is something we can't miss. Metroid Prime 4 is finally on the horizon, and after years of anticipation, I can't wait to dive back into the boots of Samus Aran. The vast alien world filled with danger and discovery is something I've been looking forward to for a long time. As I mentioned earlier, I'm also expecting Metroid Prime 2 and 3 to drop before Prime 4 arrives. This year is shaping up to be a big one for Metroid. Metroid is one of the first games I ever played on my NES back in the mid-80s, and it holds a special place in my heart. For 18 years, we've been waiting for a new Metroid Prime. The anticipation for this game is real, and it promises to deliver the thrilling experience fans have been craving. With its focus on exploration, atmosphere, and challenging gameplay, Metroid Prime 4 will surely be a must-play for anyone who's been waiting for the next big chapter in this legendary series. Mina the Hollower. Mina the Hollower has me extremely excited, especially when I learned that the gameplay and story draw influences from games like Castlevania, The Legend of Zelda, Link's Awakening, and Bloodborne. That alone has me sold. This is a challenging action-adventure game with a focus on exploration, combat, and uncovering hidden secrets, which is right up my alley. The whip-based combat Mina uses adds a unique twist. Yacht Club Games, the studio behind the Shovel Knight franchise, is leading the charge, which gives me even more confidence in the game. With their track record of excellent design and attention to detail, there are many reasons to be excited for Mina the Hollower. It's got a Game Boy Color-inspired pixel art style and a haunting atmosphere, Pokémon Legends ZA. This upcoming Pokémon game, along with whatever big first-party title launches alongside the Switch 2, is going to be one of the biggest Nintendo releases of the year. We haven't received a new Pokémon console game since Scarlet and Violet, and fans are absolutely chomping at the bit for a fresh adventure. I've always loved the mainline Pokémon games, but if I'm being honest, I feel like Legends is where it's at now. The gameplay in Pokémon Legends offers a refreshing new direction, and it could be the future of the mainline games. I'm hoping the next Pokémon title will build on that open-world, action-packed exploration. With the excitement surrounding Switch 2 and Pokémon, it's shaping up to be an unforgettable year for Nintendo fans. Pools for PSVR 2 looks incredibly creepy, and I can't wait to experience it in full VR. This game invites you into an eerie, immersive world that feels like a strange art gallery. With no monsters, narrative, and minimal interaction, Pools focuses on navigation and exploration in a world filled with tension, darkness, and tight spaces. The atmosphere is built up through sounds that change depending on your environment, making each room feel real and haunting. Inspired by liminal spaces, found footage, and the backrooms, Pools features 6 unique chapters, each offering new environments that evolve as you progress. It doesn't rely on dialogue or traditional storytelling, instead building tension through subtle changes and the unease of being lost in unfamiliar spaces. With its minimalist design and intense soundscapes, this game challenges players to explore without answers, offering an unsettling experience. I'm excited to see how Pools uses PSVR 2 to enhance its creepy atmosphere. Sega's classic IP revival. Just like Nintendo and PlayStation, I grew up playing Sega, starting with the Genesis. I even missed school on $99.99 to pick up my Dreamcast from Toys R Us. Two of my all-time favorites, Crazy Taxi and Jet Set Radio, both debuted on the Dreamcast, and it's incredible to see Sega diving back into its iconic IPs. I'm excited to see what they bring to the table this year, especially with Streets of Rage. Classic franchises like Crazy Taxi, Shinobi, Streets of Rage, Jet Set Radio, and Golden Axe are a nostalgic trip down memory lane, and I can't wait to see how Sega handles these beloved titles in their remastered form. Shadow Labyrinth looks absolutely crazy, and honestly, I never would have expected Pac-Man to be starring in a game like this. It's wild to see him in such a unique, action-packed platformer. If you haven't checked it out, I recommend watching the Pac-Man episode of the Amazon show Secret Level, as this game is actually a continuation of that episode. You'll play as Swordsman number 8, who wakes up on a mysterious planet guided by Puck, a floating orb. The game is about battling monstrous enemies, uncovering ancient secrets, and evolving from prey to apex predator. It's a thrilling ride, and I'm excited to see how it unfolds. I'm a huge fan of Yacht Club games because of Shovel Knight, and if you haven't played it yet, now is the perfect time to dive in. Shovel Knight Shovel of Hope DX is the ultimate edition of the adventure that started it all, and it's packed with insane value. This remastered version includes 20 unique playable characters, seamless online multiplayer, and gameplay enhancements like rewind and save states. Plus, it employs some fantastic gameplay elements from DuckTales, which I absolutely love. You'll be battling the Order of No Quarter and their leader, the Enchantress, as you explore beautifully designed levels filled with treasures and challenges. Whether you're a longtime fan or new to the series, this is a must-play experience. The Eternal Life of Goldman. It's funny how we suddenly have two games that borrow gameplay from DuckTales on the NES, and I couldn't be more excited. In The Eternal Life of Goldman, a hand-drawn platformer set in a stunning archipelago, you'll explore tragic landscapes, meet eccentric characters, and face formidable creatures. The frame-by-frame animation makes every area feel unique. Goldman's gameplay shares similarities with Scrooge McDuck, using his cane as a pogo stick, just like in DuckTales. This brings a layer of nostalgia and fun to the experience, and the precision-based platforming, exploration, and creative puzzles add excitement. If you're a fan of classic side-scrollers, The Eternal Life of Goldman promises a memorable adventure. The Outer Worlds 2. Set your phasers to fun, because The Outer Worlds 2 is taking us on a brand new intergalactic adventure. This highly anticipated sequel from Obsidian Entertainment delivers fresh faces, innovative weapons, and a sprawling new colony, Arcadia, brimming with intrigue and danger. As rifts threaten to tear the galaxy apart, you'll assemble a loyal crew, navigate warring factions, and make choices that shape the fate of humanity. With its signature blend of humor, deep storytelling, and customizable gameplay, The Outer Worlds 2 promises to be a bold leap forward for the series. Get ready to chart your course in one of 2025's most exciting RPGs. The Transylvania Adventure of Simon Quest, Castlevania 2, Simon's Quest is in my top 5 favorite Castlevania games and holds a special place in my heart. I played it for hours as a kid, and beating this game remains one of my favorite retro gaming moments. So naturally, I'm very excited about the Transylvania Adventure of Simon Quest from developer Retroware. This hilarious and nostalgic homage to classic side-scrolling platformers draws heavy inspiration from Castlevania 2, Simon's Quest. In this tongue-in-cheek adventure, you play as Simon Quest, a vampire hunter who embarks on a mission to resurrect Count Dracula just so he can kick his butt and reclaim the glory that should have been his. With its retro 8-bit style and clever design, this game offers plenty of freedom to explore alternate pathways, tackle mansions in any order, and even unlock multiple endings based on your choices. And when you need a break from slaying monsters, dive into quirky mini-games like Crabbin' Races or Launch Surfing for a lighthearted change of pace. Add in a variety of powerful weapons, hidden secrets, and a built-in randomizer for endless replayability, and the Transylvania adventure of Simon Quest is shaping up to be a must-play for fans of classic platformers with a modern twist. Wanderer, the Fragments of Fate. The Fragments of Fate just looks wild and incredibly interesting. The fact that this all takes place in VR is going to make the experience even more immersive. This exciting VR remake brings the acclaimed time travel adventure to new heights. Explore historical moments, solve puzzles, and shape the future by rewriting the past. With new visuals and gameplay upgrades, you'll swim, jump, climb, and swing through time like never before. This enhanced version features full-body avatars, eye tracking for deeper immersion, and haptic technology to bring your journey to life. Experience diverse worlds, interact with iconic characters, and engage in physics-driven platforming marathons. Meet a newly upgraded Samuel, your trusty watch companion, who now includes the Echo Diviner to locate lost items. Plus, discover 3 new levels, revamped combat, and stunning art redesigns. Ready for your time jump? Yooka-Replay. I helped fund the original Yooka-Laylee game on Kickstarter more than 10 years ago, and now we're getting the ultimate remastered edition in Yooka-Replay. If you don't know about the developer Playtonic Games, they're a studio made up of former Rare employees. As someone who grew up loving Rare's games, it's easy to see the connection here. And it's clear that this team knows how to craft an amazing 3D platformer. I'm planning on picking this game up for Switch 2 when it comes out. Yooka-Replay is the enhanced version of the beloved 2017 3D platformer Yooka-Laylee. Developed by the creative minds behind Banjo-Kazooie and Donkey Kong Country, join the buddy duo Yooka and Laylee as they explore vibrant, open worlds filled with remix challenges, nostalgic favorites, and plenty of secrets. With updated visuals, a stunning orchestral soundtrack, and new features like a map, a revamped currency system, and expanded customization options, this remaster is designed to delight both longtime fans and newcomers. Yooka-Replay promises to be the definitive way to experience this platforming adventure. Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic remake. I bought the original Xbox just to play KOTOR, and let me tell you, it was absolutely worth it. It's one of my favorite RPGs, and I still think about how incredible that game was. Now, we're supposed to be getting a Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic remake, but we don't have any clue what's going on. It's been radio silent since 2021, and many think it's been canceled. I don't expect this game to come out this year, but I wanted to open it up for discussion. Do you think we'll see it this year, or do you think it was canceled?
Friends, that's a wrap on my most anticipated games of 2025. I hope this list gave you a solid glimpse into the exciting year ahead for gaming. If any of these titles sparked your interest, or if you think I missed something important, please make sure to drop a comment below because I don't want to miss out on any of these games. I'd love to hear what games you're looking forward to the most this year. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and again, I'll be keeping you posted as more details drop on these games. And of course, I'll have reviews for many of them when they launch. Thank you for watching, and here's to a fantastic 2025 in gaming. And remember, you're never too old to play video games.